Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Man of Thought, aka the Villain of Truth, aka the Black Panther of Nigeria. I'm waiting for my audience to join me live before we start today's episode. Today's subject we are going to be talking about the truth does not really set you free, but this conversation is going to lead to how do we seek the truth? How can we stand by the truth? How can we become conscious of the truth? That is what today's episode is all about. So I will be giving some moments for my audience to join me live before we finally proceed in today's conversation. Thanks for those who have already given me thumbs up. Thanks for the person who has already given me thumbs up. Good day. How are we doing? Today's episode, we are going to be talking about, does the truth really set us free? Let me even put it here as a poll. So those who will be joining us live, does the truth set us free? And I'm actually putting this up basically because I know a lot of people would say, oh, this guy wants to be controversial by statement. But trust me, we don't so much like the drama of life. Life itself is a game, and there's a drama in it, there's a story to tell. But at the end of the day, um, you must say things exactly the way they are. So I'm not trying to be dramatic by that idea of whatever I'm saying. I'm actually here to speak on the truth on few things that will liberate and help our consciousness as we grow in life. So we have about 3 people who are joining us live. Please, if you are just joining, double tap your screen and show a thumbs up. At least I would have loved us to have let me not act like greedy person. At least we should have like 4 or 5 thumbs up and likes, and that push today's conversation while we proceed. Hopefully others join us. But for those of us who are just joining, today we have a lot to look into when it comes to the idea of the truth. And there's a reason why I want to have these conversations with you guys today. This is just to push us a step further to knowledge, knowledge itself. That is the purpose of today's message. Please, if you're joining, double tap your screen and show some likes. Do not be greedy and just get the wisdom or the information we have to share. Let's just use that as information so you don't say I'm proud. The information we have to share, don't just take that information and not support. Please, for those who are joining, gives a thumbs up. Let's have at least 3, 4, and then we can proceed on to this conversation. At least, number one, it tells me that, okay, you are here to listen to what I have to say. And if you're committed to listen to what I have to say, there's a sign for it. Naturally in today's world, everything is about monetization. is about asking people to monetize or pay tithe and offering if it tends to be the church. But in this particular place, while we meet ourselves online, we need to also know if we are committed to the subject. One person has actually given me a like, and for those who are joining, show thumbs up if you know you are committed to today's conversation. Yeah. I have a few things that I would have loved, or I would have even loved to quickly start today's episode because I don't want to stay too long. I really want to share some information, but unfortunately, Thursdays kind of look somehow. But wọ́n á máa ní tá a bá torí iṣu jẹpo, á torí epo jẹṣu. So I have somebody online who is keeping me on my toes to say, oh, I would love to hear this conversation. And with that being said, I would just like maybe one or two people join us and then we can proceed for today. Or do I just continue? Does the truth set us free? 50%, at least I think those who joined earlier, some people say yes, and somebody says no. So 50-50, certain people say yes, maybe they've joined and they left, and some people say no. Does the truth set us free? We have yes and no to be 50-50. There would have been a reason why certain individuals do not believe that the truth set us free. And so, yeah. When it comes to me, in my own viewpoint, when it comes to the idea of the truth, I think there's a difference when we want to say what is actually the truth. We have to give a definition of what is the truth. But does the truth really set us free as people? In a sense, the truth has the ability to set us free, but the truth does not set us free. The truth has the ability to set us free, but the truth does not set us free. And I will put that into today's conversations, and I will put that into today's subject. Creed, thanks for joining. Creed says the truth is just something you need to know. Amazing. The truth is just something you need to know to see if you were right. That's an interesting perception, interesting perspective of the truth. That is an interesting perspective of the truth. Okay, we will start today's conversation regardless of the few people audience joining now, and maybe others will join me along the line. Babu Wahala. Now let's talk about the subject of the truth. What is the truth? What does truth actually entails? Before we proceed, let me take a moment to see what the dictionary term for truth really means. So it helps us to be able to break it down. What's the meaning of truth? What is the dictionary? It says true simply means fact, genuine depiction or statement of reality. Truth simply means true facts. There's a fact to back it up. Genuine description or statement of reality. So it simply means that The truth is something that comes with facts, and it also comes with evidence. When you say facts, you are actually talking about evidence. And Creed says, I mean, you can't deny the truth. Well, you'll be shocked as we proceed that majority of us in life deny the truth. In fact, every single day, people kind of deny the truth. And let us ask ourselves, what is exactly the truth apart from the definition? When people say, I am seeking for the truth, or when people say, I'm seeking for knowledge, or when people say, I'm seeking for wisdom, it simply means you are seeking for the truth. You want to know the revelation behind a particular idea, principle, or to be able to organize things. For example, Solomon seeked the face of God and he seeked for wisdom. There was a purpose for that wisdom. He needed to know the truth of how to have harmony among humans so there wouldn't be war. Certain individuals will say the truth is subjective. Is the truth really subjective? In some cases, the truth is subjective. In some cases, the truth is not subjective. The truth always comes with fact, and that is the definition from the dictionary that says true facts. It is part of what we call the truth. Now let's look at it from the idea of Adam and Eve. Let us go back to those mythical stories. And the Bible said something when Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden. Yeah. Creed says, I know that I want knowledge, so I learn from those who know better than me. The difference between those who seek knowledge, who has attained knowledge, and those who seek knowledge is different. Those who have attained knowledge have been able to discover the truth, certain basics of a truth to certain degree. Now, when those who are seeking knowledge, they are seeking to know. And what do they want to know? They want to know the truth behind something. Because the belief of humans is that the amount of knowledge you know in life determines the amount of peace or the amount of success or how you're going to flourish in life. When we talk about the truth, life itself hides the truth from humans. The existence and the cosmos of the world hide truth from humans. The essence of your breath, the essence of your life is being hidden in the cosmos, which is your breath. Who has discovered, regardless of the science we have today, who have discovered the breath? Who has seen breath? What have we produced that could see the breath of human being? There is a reason why the cosmos does not trust us to reveal every part of life to us or every part of consciousness to us, because it knows that whatever it gives to us, we are humans and we most likely will be flawed and we would destroy whatever we have. So when the creation of man, as we come out from our mother's body, most of us came out pure. There was no attachment on our head. There was no nose ring on our nose. There was no earring on our ear. But today, humans think that the cosmos or the earth or nature itself does not know the truth, or we want to discover the truth and we know better than the cosmos and everything that has been existing. And then I keep my BS and I move around. And then when I walk in today's world, somebody is going to look at me and he will say, why are you looking bushy? You are not looking clean. You are not looking the way God wants you to look like. And I ask myself question. Nature gave me this and I kept it. Nature gave you beard and you shaved it. Who is doing the work of nature? You or me? Who is more handsome in the face of nature? You or me? Since the beginning of time, nature realized that humans are flawed, and because humans are flawed, nature decides not to reveal every part of life to us. You see, in today, you will realize a lot of people say things and they tell you they have discovered water, H2O, hydrogen plus oxygen is going to give you water, blah blah blah, and the rest of it. But the question till date, nobody still understands water. Creed asks a question, they say, are people scared of nature? That's what people think at this moment, that they are scared of nature, basically because of the society we've built. And there's nothing wrong about the society we built, because it's very important. Nobody really want to go back to the days of our forefathers. Trust me. Not that humans are scared of the truth, is because humans have been told to be afraid. And in fact, whatever humans does not know is more than them. Your teacher is that which teach you what you don't know. So in the Garden of Eden, as Adam and Eve was made, in the mythical story, God presented a lot of things in the Garden of Eden, and then he gave them one apple tree. And he says, the day you eat the apple tree, that day you will surely die. That, for me, was the first lie that God lied in the Bible. The devil told Adam and Eve, he says, the day you eat the fruit of knowledge of good and evil, that day you will be like God. Your eyes will be open. Somebody says, Creed says, that's like saying that you don't want to know how you were born. So, when God told Adam and Eve, and he says, if you eat from this apple, that day you will surely die. And the devil told them that if you eat from the fruit of knowledge and evil, good and evil, that day you will be like God, because your eyes will be open to a lot of things. Who is telling the truth? Well, if we must be honest with ourselves, the devil was saying the truth. Now, some people, some Bible scholars will say, no, what the Bible was saying was not like they will physically die at that moment, but that means they would die slowly and all of that. Excusez-moi. You know, if Moses had known that people would be able to interpret it in those ways, Moses would have written it as death. So it's a myth first, but for the sake of argument, looking at it, let us assume that is true. the devil actually told Adam and Eve the truth. Now, you begin to know the truth, it reveals certain things about you. Every single time we seek for the truth in life and we become knowledgeable, seeking for the truth of life, one thing comes into our life: humility. I'm not talking about education, because education gives you knowledge just for society, for you to be able to have a good life in the society. But that doesn't mean that is where you actually come from. If you're seeking the truth about life, every single time you try to know more about life, life is going to humble you. And that's why you see that the moment Adam and Eve, the moment they tasted the apple tree, they became ashamed. They saw that they were naked. That is what the truth does to us. You see, when you see people who are proud in life, know that there's certain knowledge that is hidden from them. And so, how do I perceive truth? I see truth is the pillar of knowledge. The truth is the pillar of knowledge. Every single time you discover the truth, you know something. You take a step further in life. You become more aware and you become more conscious. But in today's world, we have heard a lot of statements when people will tell you that if you know the truth will set you free. And that was why I asked the question, does the truth set us free? In reality, the truth has the possibility to set us free, but it does not set us free. Why? Too many people have asked of the fact that, how can I become more aware and more conscious of my life? How can I know things that are in the cosmos or in the atmosphere? How can I know things that are deeper than just the physical being? How can I move into the spiritual space of my life so that I can enjoy every benefit that has been given to me by nature and by cosmos? And remember, I told you that nature hides a lot of things from us. And the purpose why nature have to hide a lot of things from us is basically because it knows that we are not competent to be able to handle everything in nature. The little parts that nature has given to us as we were born, some of us, we pierce our nose, we pierce our mouth, we pierce our lips, we pierce our ear, we shave our beards, and then for us who keep our beards, we are addressed as unkept human being. But you, that you take what nature has given to you, when you shave it all off, you are what? You are welcome to the society. Basically because in the experience of human nature, we want to be loved because we know what love can actually do for us. In fact, our survival has come from the aspect of we were being loved by certain people when we could not survive on our own. So a lot of humans today, we choose to be loved rather than to seek for the truth. The only way we were able to come to life, and the only way we became conscious, and the only way we were able to feed and go to school and do a lot of things in life was not basically because of truth, but it was basically because of love. And that is why you see that in today's world, a lot of people are attracted to anything that is going to give them fame, anything that will put them in the limelight, because it actually shows that the people love them. When we say that we want to know the truth, The question is, are you ready to accept the truth? When you make a decision to know the truth, are you willing to also accept the truth? And let me say this: too many people on today's on earth at the moment, a lot of us, we kind of have too many knowledge, and a lot of us kind of know some truth, some level of truth. But the only reason why you ask, why is it that these people are so educated and they are so knowledgeable, yet they don't, their life is still the way it is? It is basically because they do not have the capacity to accept the truth. When you don't have the capacity to accept the truth, regardless, the truth will be there staring at you. Knowledge is there staring at you. Wisdom is there staring at you. But humans would always choose love over truth. One of the idea, I use the word idea here. One of the idea for us to be able to show the glory inside of us, we are supposed to manifest, or our existence, let me just put it this way, our existence is to manifest the truth about life. Our existence is supposed to manifest truth about life. So that means that there are certain hidden things about life that cosmos or nature has given to us. As we are born and we become more conscious of things in life, our movement or whatever we begin to do in life is to discover few things about life, regardless of the fact that life will keep hiding a lot of things from us. And the reason why life is hiding a lot of things from us is basically because, like I said earlier, life does not trust us. Cosmos does not trust us. Nature does not trust us. We would manipulate anything. In the idea of knowing the truth, what are we doing to our body as humans? And I tell people, when you talk to me and you say, oh, Mr. Kola, I want to have knowledge in my life. How do you know the things you know in your life? How do you have all these things? How do you come up with all this knowledge or all these ideas? I'm like, oh, sorry. What you consider to be a knowledge is actually my foolishness. And first thing you would understand about discovering the truth is that you know nothing. Because the truth is so cumbersome. The truth is so large. And you can only know a minuscule of information that exists in the cosmos. I can only put myself in a particular position so I can get certain information or knowledge. And I tell people this: majority of the things that I have known in my life is not based off what I have read in my life, but it was based off how I've been able to capture things. And I tell people sometimes, I know people might not believe it, and I don't say things for people to believe. There's information in the cosmos. There's knowledge in the cosmos. There's idea in the cosmos. No wonder a lot of people tell you, for you to have to be able to have a better life, for you to be able to do this and that, you have to go meditate, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. You will realize that sometimes in the day, when you're working in certain environments and you keep working, some ideas begin to pop up into your head. And that is not the kind of truth I'm talking about. Ideas are not truth. Because some people will think, Oh, because I can have a lot of ideas in my head and I can write a lot of things in my head, it doesn't mean you are discovering the truth. You are only having ideas. It stays in the cosmos, but it's not the truth. Sometimes you need to do nothing according to creed. Sometimes be still. Is there a time that we exist on life and we are not doing anything? When you sleep, you are doing something. You are resting. When you are awake, you are doing something. The only time you do nothing is when you are dead. In life, everyone has action. Action is what we have to take towards a particular direction. And in every action we take, there is always a reaction. When you sleep very well, you wake up in the morning and you feel refreshed. It was an action that gave you such a reaction. When you meditate and you stay still, you see peace, you receive a little bit of peace in your mind. It was an action that gave you such a reaction. When you speak gently to your loved ones, to your wife and your children, it's an action and you feel the love from them. That is a reaction. There is nobody on earth that can exist without doing nothing. We all are doing something, consciously or unconsciously. All actions have, there's a difference between reaction and consequence. Consequence is used like a word of karma. So when we ask what is the secret of knowing in life, what is the secret of knowledge in life, I tell people the only thing you need to discover about life is to look at the principles of life. The principles of life is the truth in life. Now I always tell people, you see, when people say our truth can be subjective, I kind of smile at them and I say you are right. Your truth can be subjective. You know why? You might think you experience something and what you experience is the truth and it is your reality, but sometimes you could even be delusional about your own reality. And sometimes you can see the truth and sometimes you still deny what you see. Life has its ways that it plays around our brain. So when people kind of talk about my truth and your truth, what people are trying to do is that they are trying to choose their delusion and their reality. They are specifically trying to argue their delusion and reality, and that is the reason why you hear people say the truth is subjective. You sleep in the night and you say you had a dream, and this was exactly what your dream are, and you explain your dream. Sometimes you explain your dream and you over exaggerate, or you don't even give the full information. Somebody might sleep in the night, he wake up and he says, I saw a ghost. I tell you, I saw a ghost. It could be true. Why will I believe if you see if you see a ghost or you don't see a ghost? Now, I wouldn't talk much about my experience, but let me say this. Sometimes you think you see a ghost when you wake up in the night and then you close your eyes and you put your eyes down and you wake up in the morning and you start telling everybody around you you saw a ghost. It was actually your experience that you saw a ghost. But when you look closely, it's just a cloth that you hang somewhere, and that cloth looks like a ghost. In fact, let me even put it this way: most times when you are in the darkness and you put some clothes or certain things stays in certain environment, it gives some things a different kind of shape. If you look at it from this angle, you will see something different. If you look at it from this angle, you will see something different. And so the truth is about seeing things from a bigger angle. And for you to know how to see things from a bigger angle, you have to understand the principle, because principle does not change. This is the reason why physics is always better than chemistry. I repeat, physics is always better than chemistry. You know why? In most physics, when you look at the law that has been given in physics, the law can only increase in knowledge. Physics are not mostly delusional as chemistry. Like Archimedes' principle, when they say when a body is woolly and immersed into water, what did they do? When a body is woolly and immersed or something into water, it experiences an upthrust which is equal to the fluid as something displayed, which was the principle they used in creating a canoe, a boat. And you can use that to create boat, and you are going to float on water. That principle, since the beginning of time till date, has not changed. When you truly discover principle, the true principle does not change. You can only evolve with the principles and discover more with the principle. So I always tell people, can our experience be false, such as our dreams, such as our desires, such as our romance, such as our prayers, such as our vision? Can our experience be false? Can our experience be false, such as dreams, desires, romance, prayers, and our vision? Absolutely, capital letter yes. Ekwensu romance mami water. You can have a dream, and your dream, sometimes when people have dreams, some people do not really understand how dream actually work. Your dream can point you to the direction of your past. Your dream can direct you to the current issues. Your dream can go to the future, and your dreams can just mess with you. That is how our dreams can mess with us. So sometimes you need to understand what kind of dreams you are having. If you begin to discover the truth about life, you would understand the capacity of your dreams. There are a lot of people in my family. I am more of a visionary than a dreamer. But I have sisters whereby when they dream, most likely their dreams come true. 70%, 80%, 30%, 50%. Whenever they tell you dream, most likely that dream might come true, but I do not have to hold on to whatever they dream and say that, oh, because they've dreamt like this, it simply means that is how it's going to be. My two sisters are dreamers. I am a visionary. I can look into eyes and I can tell you things, and you will be amazed. When you stand in my presence, I can look at you and I can see a lot of stuff that I can't say on live, because then I will act crazy. I will be crazy by saying those things. Until you have that experience with me, I can't say it out to anybody, because sometimes the testimony of others is better than the testimony of your own mouth. Sometimes when you say it from your mouth, you become crazy in reality. But my sisters are dreamers. But the idea of dreams, you need to understand the capacity of dreams. The capacity of dreams can talk to you about your past. The capacity of dreams can talk to you about the moment. The capacity of dreams can talk to you about the future. Before I went to jail, 2 years before I went to jail, I have been having the dreams that I will go to jail. And I was now trying to protect myself in every way not to go to jail. I was reading laws. I was saying, hope I'm not going to do anything that would cause anything like crime. I am trying to stay on my own lane. But I decide to stand by what I call standing for the people, because I believed I was doing what was right. And then they hand over me and I find myself in jail. When I saw myself in jail, I say, it's not shocking to me. I already saw it many years ago. But we have to understand that whatever dream we have a role to play. When you put some kind of power on a dream, then you are going to have an issue in life. It has its own capacity. Your dreams are not what you worship, but you have to look into it. Whenever I say things, this is one of the things I always tell people. If you want to be knowledgeable in life, if you want to know the truth about life, no leader, no spiritual person, no conscious human being would constantly keep telling you the truth. Just because you are here on live and you say, oh, I love what this guy sometimes talk about, does not necessarily mean that everything I am saying is the truth. Just because you go to your church and your pastor shouts, it doesn't mean that he's telling you the truth. You cannot be knowledgeable in life when you believe a human being. You have to take every information that is given to you at that particular moment, look into it, practice it, and see how your experience would be with it. And then seek for your own path. Our Diane asked a question. He said, thanks a lot. I have a question about dreaming. How can I know that my dream is real or fake? Because I'm confused. Earlier when I started today's conversation, I said the cosmos does not trust us that much. And that's why our gifts sometimes are being hidden inside of us. Sometimes our talents are being hidden inside of us. You first of all need to ask yourself, how often have you dreamed and how accurate are your dreams? You see, you need to understand yourself first of all. The way for you to discover if your dreams are actually true is you need to look at the experience of your life and your awareness of life. How conscious are you? The gift can be there. Like I was saying that I have sisters who dream and most times their dreams come true. Yes, the gift might be there, but if there is no awareness of the person who have the gift, it can always be misinterpreted by the owner of the gift. And here is it. Let's say you are terrified of a snake. Let's say you are afraid of a snake bite and something like that, and you went to an environment, and that environment you heard and you saw a snake pass, and then you had a dream, and then you saw anaconda rounding your body. That is not a dream. That is your fears manifesting in your dream. When you abuse your body and you take so much alcohol and you are just a drunkard, you go to the party every single time, and then when you were coming back they fought in the party and you saw some fight, you didn't really pay attention, but you look into the fight. Sometimes your subconscious pick and capture that fight. When you're sleeping at night, it brings it back to your head and you start dreaming about it. Then you think you are seeing a premonition. No. The only way you can be sure of your gift is when you are aware and you are aligned with your gift. If you call me to go to a party with you and go and take alcohol, I would say no. If you tell me to go womanize, I would say no. Because let me say this. I know for sure that there are certain things that when I participate in those things, my gift will take time for it to be able to manifest as normal. So you can be confused with your dream when you are not aware of yourself. That is it. If you are aware of yourself and you understand your fears, you understand what troubles you, you understand your life, and you know how to bring out yourself from those fears before you go to sleep, and you know how to take all your worries and throw them in one particular place, and you know how to go back and sleep peacefully, then you can say that I have a dream. You can remember in the book when they were narrating the story of Joseph, the people who had the dream, one of them dreamt of cows and the rest of it and the rest of it. Every dream they had nothing specifically to do. It has something to do with their future. The one that his head will be bearded and the other one. And then when Joseph had a dream, when is it Herod? Okay, Pharaoh. When Pharaoh had a dream and they brought out Joseph, it was easy for Joseph to be able to narrate the dream. Why? Because Pharaoh himself, it is only for those who have been able to read the Egyptian mystery and the rest of it. There are certain attributes of the pharaohs when you tend to be a king. And so when you find yourself in the position of power without threats, but you find yourself having a dream that stresses you and puts fear inside of you, that is a dream. So I'm saying a lot of us in today's society, we are gifted for many things, but we abuse ourselves, so we don't know when our gift is playing a role, or when we are being confused by our gift. So in a nutshell, you have to work on yourself for you to be able to understand your dreams. That's my answer for our Dian. So, can our dreams, can our desires, can our romance, can our prayers, can our visions be delusional, regardless of the fact that it is our choice, it is our request, it is the things we want in life? Yes, absolutely, they can. And when we do not understand the truth about our life, we do not understand the truth about our capacity, it is easy for us to jump into the road of delusion. Most of the people who pray to God, when God gives them what they pray for, they don't really want it. No wonder God stopped answering a lot of people's prayer. Because when they demand God prayer and they pray to God and they say, God, please give me a children. When God give them the children, they say these children are too troublesome. God gave Adam wife. Adam says, it is the wife you gave me that made me fall. Majority of the things we seek for in life, sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is for you not to even achieve what you desire. In fact, that is one of the benefits of life. There was a time when I was walking inside the bush early. Was it on Monday or Tuesday? I was going inside the bush. I think I made a little bit of record when I was just going inside the bush. I kept talking to myself while I was recording, or maybe I didn't upload that particular episode, because I realized one thing about life. When you walk into the woods, I said, the purpose of life, when you look at life itself and you look at humans, our desires are all different. And if some things are going to work in your own way, it is okay for those things not to work in my own way. For me to be able to enjoy peace in my life, I told people that day, like, I was willing to come on live and have a live stream a night before then, but something is conflicted in my spirit. And I'm a person who, when something is not right within my spirit, I just feel it. Regardless of the fact that I have the message to share, but I can know when the spirit is not aligned for me to do it. And so the reason is this: there is something you need to remind yourself of. You see, when we go into the bush and the rest of it, some people think, oh, you want to prove like you are an adiyogi, or you are meditating and all of that. No, it is basically because we are going back to where we came from. We all, in the city we live in, we all came from the bushes. We all came from forests. We all came from villages. The grass, the sand, the soil, the animals, these are places where we evolved from as humans. And since we evolved from there, when you go back to a place whereby it is unpredictable, you have been living in a society where you can predict a lot of things. When you find yourself in a situation where it is unpredictable, you see how your consciousness begins to rise, how your knowledge begins to rise. And one of the things I was saying to myself is, it is okay for things not to go my way, because a little bit for me, a little bit for you. That is how life. If everything goes in your way, life will be miserable for me. If everything goes in my way, life will be miserable for you. But it is also knowledgeable for us to understand that in life, this is, some things will work for me, some things will work for you. And when things are not going my way, I need to be okay with it. That is a truth I was trying to discover. And when I figured out that truth, I came back to myself. And that was why I was able to have a conversation with you the day before yesterday. Somebody said something. He says, wow, this has given me more enlightenment. I normally dream about what I fear the most coming true. The question I had for years has been answered in a few minutes. Thanks once again. You're welcome, sir. One beautiful thing about life is majority of the things we fear does not really happen in life. That's one of the beautiful things about life. So I would make sure this particular conversation, maybe we will push it to, we are going to continue tomorrow, because I think I spread it in a very big way. I spread it in a very big way. And I want us to dive into the in-depth of truth itself, so that at the end of the day, when I am done analyzing this, every single person can discover truth for themselves and can evolve magically. Don't believe in magic, but magically you can triumph and transcend your frequency and your consciousness to a different level when you truly knows the truth. You know, I tell people this: Some people will say you can manipulate the truth. I'm like, there's no way you manipulate the truth that you don't pay the price for manipulating the truth. Nature is such like that. Very simple. Nature is such like that. You see, nature gives a season and time and season for everything. For example, the orange. In today's world, a lot of us are building chemicals, and we say that, okay, an orange is supposed to take maybe 5 months for it to grow. And then what if we manipulate it and we put some kind of chemicals to make sure the tree quickly grow? What you lose is the vitamin. What you lose is the nourishment of that orange that grow with its time, and that orange that is being mesmerized with. And so if you take an orange, if you take, there's a discovery they did, and they realized that the oranges we used to take about 10 years ago compared to the oranges we take right now, they are different. The nutrition, every single thing is different. Why? Humans are trying to manipulate the truth. Whenever you try to manipulate what nature has given to us, we pay the price for it. I would stop at this particular side. There are a lot of things we can discuss on when it comes to the idea of the truth, but so I wouldn't take much of your time, and so I can do other things. Tomorrow tends to be Friday, same time tomorrow, we are going to talk about the truth. We will continue from where we stop. The laws, and I tell people, we are still to touch the idea of laws are not truth, and how we can know the difference between laws and truth and the rest of it. Humans are not good. Why did you say humans are not good? Creed. Why did you say humans are not good? You say because of greed. What drug do you think is the highest drug that humans have been able to discover since the beginning of time, or life actually has for everyone? The highest drug. You see, what some people do not understand when it comes to the idea of we talking about truth is that sometimes a lot of us, when we talk about truth, we are paying attention to the good side of life. When we say talk to us about truth, most of us always think it is the good side of life that is truth. No. The good side of life is not the absolute truth, neither the bad side of life is not the absolute truth. Will man die? Yes. When you understand that there is a truth in life, put it this way. I know some people would say that, oh, I do not really have compassion or something like that. When my mom died, I felt the pain of losing my mom, but my heart did not break. Because I know everyone will die. There is a difference between knowing the truth and accepting the truth, like I say. When you accept the truth, it is that you are not wrestling with an idea. These days, when your mom or somebody dies and you did not weep like somebody who is about to die because your mother died or your father died, people will tell you that you are an evil person. And because of that, we build a mechanism to think that we are supposed to roll on the floor like somebody who they are conducting deliverance for when we lose somebody. I understand the truth that people will die. In fact, when I saw my mom when she died, what I was saying is, oh, one day is going to be my turn. It's as simple. Now, truth, like I said, can be subjective, and truth is the principle, but how you decide to utilize the truth actually makes sense. When you said humans are not good, the reality is this: have you seen the good things that humans have done? When the universe, cosmos, gave us this earth, it doesn't give us with mic. The universe and the cosmos did not give us internet. The universe and cosmos did not give us phone. The universe and the cosmos did not give us electricity, did not give us housing, did not give us road, did not give us cars, did not give us airplane, did not give us any of all those things. Humans find a way to work to build this kind of society that we have. Yet we look at humans and we say humans are evil. What does that mean? Why can we look at all the great things that we have done as humans, and then you look at people and you say humans, we are evil? Our greed is our flaws. But humans, you could be right. Are humans evil? You can be right. It's just some who take advantage. Nah. Anyone will take advantage of anyone. But you see, when I look at humans, I don't try to see the evil inside of them. Because trust me, there's one thing you need to understand about truth. Whatever you seek for while discovering the truth becomes a reality, and it begins to reflect in your life. It appears itself to you. You manifest the truth. I know I've told you about truth being certain principle, but those principles are applicable to many things. Humans have done a lot of negative things, but humans have done a lot of positive things. The ability to create. You cannot have the ability to create and not have the ability to destroy. That is God mode. Any human that do not have the ability to create, they do not have the ability to mostly destroy. The only problem is a lot of people focus on the destructive path, and some people focus on the creative path. Now, when you look at the dove, I have seen, you see, and here's the beautiful thing. When you begin as a person begin to see humans as, see all reasons to say that humans are good, automatically you begin to see good people around you. Initially it might take you a couple of months, it might take you a couple of weeks, but you begin to discover goodness in humans, and you begin to see it everywhere, and you start seeing how kind human can be. But when you're looking for the greedy and bad side of humans, oh God, your reality will be CNN, BBC, when they talk about Ukraine and whatever. I have in my room here, I have 2 televisions. This is one television here. Here's another television there. Just in my room. My children have their own room. They have their TV. We have everybody that has their TVs. I don't put on TV. Whatever is going to mess with my mind, there's a principle: do not underestimate the power of influence. Anything can influence you, as long as you welcome it. I put on my TV just to test it if it's working, if it's still working. I don't put it on to hear any news, because negative, it disrupts your spirit. And then you want to find every reason to complain about life, while you're supposed to find every reason to rejoice in life. With that being said, we are going to push into this particular conversation tomorrow. Hopefully audience will be much, and the rest of it, if they are not, we will still make our record, and we will dive more into the idea of truth by tomorrow. So Mr. Creed, what if it's all for money? Okay, you're asking, what if everything man has created is all for money? There must be a reason why we do whatever we do. If there is no reason, we don't do anything. There's a reason why you came on live. There's a reason why you are going to, hang up your phone when you need to hang up your phone. There's a reason why you go to work tomorrow. There's a reason why you exercise. There's a reason why you eat. There's a reason for everything. So if humans are doing it for money, that is the reason. If you give to people, there's a reason behind giving. The idea of giving is of two reasons. It's of two ways. It's either you can give from two ways. It's either you're giving so that you can receive, or you're giving out of abundance. When you give out of abundance, what's the energy you do, when you're giving out of abundance, you receive love and you receive joy. That is different from giving so that you get replenished. There are two types of giving. Even though you are not expecting to gain it back from the person who you are giving, but you are hoping that nature gives you back what you have given, or triples the fold. Just like when you plant a seed in the ground expecting that you are going to make more oranges. So there's a give. When you give, you can give to receive, or you can give out of abundance. When you give out of abundance, the blessing that comes with it becomes emotion. You feel a different energy. Giving out of abundance, it gives you love. The energy, one of the biggest drugs human beings have been able to discover in life, has been love. There is no drug that beats love. Love has been the only thing that have fixed humanity, keep relationship, make generations to be able to survive. Every one of us that exist on the surface of this earth at the moment, we are simply surviving basically because of love. Our existence will crumble the day we kill love. So, why am I saying that? Know that humans have love inside of them. That is why we are still existing till now, regardless of our conflicts. So there's a reason. Money might be a reason. So when I say when you give, you might be expecting to receive, that might be a reason. Is there love in war? I wouldn't say there's love in war. Why will I say there's love in war? They are destroying. When hatred comes in, people want to tear each other apart. We always think like war is the thing is because we hate each other. No, we hate ourselves. Every time you hate somebody, you actually do hate yourself. There's something inside of you actually hate. It's not the person. That person is an excuse for your hatred. The emotions that is not inside of you cannot appear due to someone else's action. but the emotion you already embody inside of you, somebody else will help you manifest it. So you can't be surprised when you see people hang themselves. You can see sometimes people will take gun and they shoot themselves. You have seen people poison each other themselves. But every other complaint, a lot of people will just say, this is the person why we are angry, this is the reason why we are angry, and the rest of it. Everything is just an excuse. Excusez-moi. So there is no love in war. But when people are filled with hatred, when you don't preach the idea of love and consciousness, and that is the purpose of my own channel, to make sure some of us are so conscious and we understand the principles and the truths and the revelation about love. And so you're not going to speak about it ignorantly, because you can't defend yourself when you have less information. But when you can feel it and you can experience it and you have the knowledge and you can transcend your spirit to a different frequency of love, it is easy for us to give it around people. It is infectious. Love is infectious as hatred can be infectious. Any more question? Because we are round up for today. We have a lot. We are going to continue on this particular stuff tomorrow, because we will talk about law and not truth, or laws and truth. We are going to talk about how you can protect your peace, but you can't protect yourself from tragedies of life and disaster. Have truth. We talk about that. We have a lot of things we are supposed to talk about, but we will keep that till tomorrow. Are you satisfied? Are you entertained? Are you not entertained? Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope to see you tomorrow. Please take care of yourself, and I appreciate everyone who has been part of today's episode. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. I have a question for you, bro. What's your name? And I'm new to your channel. My name is Kola Eyimowo Omojolowo. Kolawole, that's the biggest name. Kolawole Eyimowo Omojolowo. Any other question? I'm a Yoruba from a Yoruba tribe in Nigeria. I like to call myself an African, but the people that knock our head give us Nigeria. What can I do? What would the righteous do? So you can just call me Kolawole. Are we good? Any other question? All right. Have a great night. My regards to your family, and make peace wherever you go. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye for now.